Could Chip Kelly be headed to the Seattle Seahawks? We'll explain more in just a few moments here on Seahawks Today. Also, Mel Kiper Jr. has his first Seahawks mock draft. We'll tell you who Mel is projecting Seattle takes with their first-round draft pick coming up in just a matter of moments. All that and more here on this edition of Seahawks Today. Before we do, we are trying to get to 49,000 subscribers here on Seahawks Today, less than 400 away from doing so. And I've been told that if we don't get to 49,000 in the next week or so, they might force us to put 49ers content once a week here on Seahawks Today. Don't let that happen. Don't let the bosses do that to us. Subscribe now for the latest happenings on your favorite team. We got you covered here on Seahawks Today. Let's begin with Chip Kelly, the UCLA head coach. A new rumor is linking Chip Kelly to Dallas Cowboys defensive coordinator Dan Quinn as a potential package deal to whatever job Dan Quinn potentially lands as the next head coach, with Chip Kelly leaving his post as head coach at UCLA to be Quinn's offensive coordinator. Here is the report from Shane Hoffman of the Oregonian saying the following. Hearing that not only is an NFL return likely for former Oregon coach Chip Kelly, but that it could take the form of a package deal with Cowboys defensive coordinator Dan Quinn, the Seahawks are a likely destination. Now, I think this sounds crazy, the idea of Chip Kelly leaving a Power 5 job, really a Power 2 job. UCLA is about to go to the Big Ten here. To be an offensive coordinator in the NFL, he hasn't even been an OC anywhere since 2008. I would be shocked if he left UCLA to take any coordinator position in the NFL, let alone this package deal of sorts with Dan Quinn here. Now, for all transparency, we will say there was a lot of rumblings a couple months ago that UCLA was going to fire Chip Kelly as their head coach. Then he surprised a lot of people and beat USC and had a decent finish to this past college football season. But nonetheless, Chip Kelly, the NFL, well, you may recall, it wasn't too long ago, he was an NFL head coach with the 49ers and also with the Philadelphia Eagles before that. The best success that we ever saw from Chip Kelly came at his time with the Oregon Ducks when he took the Ducks to a national championship game. They had a high-powered offense there with Marcus Mariota and Dennis Dixon and others before that. They were changing the game with what he did with that Oregon offense, with the up-tempo spread offense that he was running there. And his offense has evolved over the years. We'll tell you more about what kind of the offense looks like now. But for me, what have we been saying on this channel? That the offensive coordinator hire is almost as important as the head coaching hire for Seattle, right? Especially if you hire a defensive-minded head coach. Now you have my attention. I know some of you don't like the idea of Dan Quinn, and I get that. But if I'm getting Dan Quinn and Chip Kelly, if that's what's going on here, that's a win. Sign me up for it. I'll take that if that is what I'm getting. But I'm skeptical, to say the least, that that's what I'm actually getting here. It is worth noting, Chip Kelly did coach Zach Charbonnet, the Seahawks' number 2 running back, at UCLA. Now, what does the offense look like? The Athletic did a nice profile on Chip Kelly and his offensive scheme about a year or so ago. And listen to this. Kelly's offense is, at its core, an option offense, although it's no longer the traditional zone read option that we've seen from him in the past. The 2022 edition is based more on misdirection concepts to stress perimeter defenders who lack the skill set to match the explosiveness of quarterback Dorian Thompson-Robinson, who went on to get drafted by the Cleveland Browns, and running back Zach Charbonnet. And although all option offenses are built on attaining a numbers advantage at the point of attack, this season Kelly has been the consummate mathematician and out leveraging defenses in space. So bottom line, it's about getting players in space and taking advantage of it. What do you think? Should the Seahawks hire Dan Quinn and Chip Kelly as a package deal? Sounds intriguing to me. What do you guys think? Y for yes, N for no. Should the Seahawks hire Dan Quinn and Chip Kelly? Let us know what you think. Today's show is sponsored by Factor. I love me some Factor meals. bachelor like myself, you can't miss on this. They're very easy to make, and they taste very good. Get started on your resolutions with Factor so you're ready for the new year. Factor's ready-to-eat meal delivery takes the stress out of meal planning and sets you up for success in the new year. Skip the grocery stores, prep work, and cooking fatigue. Instead, get chef-crafted, dietitian-approved meals delivered right to your door. With over 35 meals to choose from per week, including options like keto, calorie-smart, vegan, plus veggie, and more, plus over 55 weekly add-ons, you'll have a ton of nutritious and flavorful options to kickstart your resolutions. Forget frantic lunch preps and rush dinners. Factor's 2-minute meals are your secret weapon of the new year. Fuel it fast with restaurant-quality meals, all delivered right to your door. When things get hectic, Factor is flexible. Change your order up every week with plans from 4 to 18 meals per week, or pause or reschedule your deliveries anytime. Head to factormeals.com/SeahawksChat50 and use code SeahawksChat50 to get 50% off. That's code SeahawksChat50 at factormeals.com/SeahawksChat50 to get 50% off. Factor Meals. Good. Link is in the comments and description of today's video. Mel Kiper Jr., the senior NFL draft analyst for ESPN, has his first mock draft out, and Mel is making an interesting projection for the Seahawks with their first-round pick. We'll show you who that is in a moment, but first let's go over the draft picks for Seattle. They first pick at number 16 in the first round. No second-round pick. That was included in the Leonard Williams trade to the New York Giants. They do have 2 third-round picks at 78 and 81. Then they pick again in the fourth round at 118, 150 in the fifth round, 193 in the sixth round, and their final pick in the seventh round at 232. So still 7 picks overall for the Seahawks in this April's draft, and there could be more to come. The last 5 picks leading up to Seattle's pick at number 16 in Mel's mock draft have Nate Wiggins, the corner from Clemson, going to the Vikings at 11. Latu, the outside linebacker from UCLA, going to the Broncos at 12. The Raiders going with Arnold, the corner from Bama, at 13. 14, the Saints get Brian Thomas Jr., the wide receiver from LSU. And then the Colts go with Keon Coleman, the wide receiver from Florida State, at 15. So then, at number 16, with the 16th overall pick in the 2024 NFL Draft, Mel Kiper selects for the Seattle Seahawks J.J. McCarthy, quarterback, Michigan. Now you have your quarterback of the future if you're the Seattle Seahawks, going with a national champion quarterback in J.J. McCarthy. I got more thoughts on this. We'll dive into J.J. McCarthy and get the analysis and everything you need to know about J.J. in just one moment. But first, what do you think about Mel's selection of J.J. McCarthy? We'll tell you what he had to say about the pick in just a moment, but want to hear from you guys first. D for draft, P for pass, weigh in. You drafting J.J. McCarthy at 16? Let me know what you think. On Mel's big board, he has J.J. as the number 5 quarterback in the class of 2024. J.J. helped lead the Michigan Wolverines to an undefeated season, a college football playoff national championship, won the Rose Bowl, won the Big Ten title, was a first-team All-Big Ten quarterback this year, and also was awarded with the Greasy Breeze QB of the Year award for 2023. Mel saying the following on McCarthy. Well, I don't have a first-round grade on McCarthy right now. A lot can change before round 1 on April 25th. He does have first-round arm talent, along with the ability to beat defenses with his legs. He's the type of quarterback teams will take a shot at in the middle of the first round, especially when you consider he just turned 21 a few days ago. He rarely turns the ball over. He threw 44 touchdown passes and had 9 picks over the past 2 seasons and can make every throw. McCarthy just wasn't asked to beat teams with his arm for the Wolverines because they so often dominated the line of scrimmage. As of now, I'm betting on a team seeing his upside and trying to take him somewhere in the teens. Now, I'm a little skeptical on McCarthy's abilities to be an elite passer in the NFL, and let me explain why. You look at that Michigan team this year, incredible job, right? Winning a national championship, going undefeated. All of that requires some very good quarterback play. But that Michigan team, the Jim Harbaugh offense, granted it is a pro-style offense. We expect Jim Harbaugh to be an NFL head coach here soon. With all that being said, McCarthy was not asked to be a game-changing quarterback. They were a run-heavy team. They were a run-first team. So that does make me wonder, you look at the Seahawks offense, the weapons it has, would J.J. be good enough to command this type of offense that is going to require you to throw the football significantly more than what he did with the Michigan Wolverines? That's my big question mark with J.J. The scouting report on J.J. fits every throw in tight coverage. That's good. He is a superb athlete. He's got a high level of speed. He can certainly move around. Nobody's questioning that. Very adaptable in the pocket. Now, he does have a lean frame. He's not the biggest guy in the world. And there are times where he forces ill-advised throws, but he is 21 years old, so you would hope that he would get better with age in that department. The numbers for J.J. McCarthy, very good, but not over the top. 22 touchdowns, only 4 interceptions. Completion percentage, very good, 72%, less than 3,000 yards passing. And the running numbers, solid, 202 yards and 3 touchdowns on the ground for J.J. McCarthy. So, J.J., this is one where you're certainly drafting for potential because the numbers here aren't something that's off the charts. But at the same time, he wasn't asked to do too much with how good that run game was. Who should the Seahawks select in the 2024 NFL Draft, whether it's in the first round or any of their other picks? Let me know in the comments section. Who would you like to see be a member of the Seattle Seahawks in this April's draft? Let us know. Subscribe now to Seahawks Today. We got you covered each and every day with the latest happenings on your favorite team. We continue to cover this coaching search. We're talking draft, trades, free agency, and more. Subscribe now, and we'll see you next time.